All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about this power call today. Go tell somebody, go share the link on today because we're about to get into it. Every morning we come, every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you got your girl, your book, cute book. And go ahead and share that link out. Just let everybody know. I'm going to share it out with a couple of people right now and let everybody know that we are on and we are making it happen this morning. We are having, I believe with this Girl You Cute is a movement. I believe it and I can see that this is a movement. Listen, go ahead and get the book. All right, so let's get started. Take a nice, slow, deep breath into the nostrils and exhale it out. Take a nice, slow, deep breath into the nostrils once again and exhale that out. The Speak Your Power Now declaration. Today, I reclaim my power of purpose. Today, I declare that I have unshakable faith and confidence in my uniqueness. Today, I declare that I always will not live in fear, but with power and love and a sound mind. Today, I declare that I always will communicate with words to empower myself and others. Today, I declare to always honor myself by living in the present and living powerfully in each moment. Amen and Ashe. All right, so we are excited to be with you. Well, I am excited. I've seen your lovely faces. I know you guys are moving around, moving in the space this morning. And I come every morning. I'm Dr. Cheryl Clarke. And I come to see how you could begin to get this power call. So what this power call looks like is that for the first 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to give you a power boost, power call. And on this power call, we're going to just give you and ground some grounding foundations of a topic of how you can be your best self today using your voice. And we are about to I feel like we're about to embark on something big and huge. Why do I say that? Because life is meant to be lived on purpose. And a lot of times, the things that happen to us, we get locked into things that we have struggled with throughout the years. And today, I want you to know that you are in this very place on purpose. There's something that we all have. It's something that we were all came to the earth with. But at times, we go through our life and challenges happen. And in the time and that it may happen, it may stop you and your voice may be taken away. And in this moment, I want you to know that your voice does not have to be taken away at any point of your time. So I want you to go through this talk today with the mind that I am living on purpose. I'm making a mark here, and I understand there's nothing that I can't do that if I don't put my mind to it. So if you don't know me, I am a psychotherapist, and I want to talk a little bit about how in therapy, when a Black or a brown woman comes into therapy, I want us to see how we can understand her interest. She thinks that she's an introvert, right? And I remember this one case when a therapist was talking about it. We were talking, and she immediately labeled her with things that sometimes they may not understand what's going on under undercurrent. So I want you to see how you can begin to see that certain things with our voice, we have been put into survival mode. Now, what does survival mode look like? Survival mode may look like I'm fixing my face before I get in. I'm not saying how I really feel. I'm not understanding that my emotions are real. And then I need to understand what does that look like when I need to begin to speak it? And sometimes we comply with the cultural silencing that I was talking about. And sometimes in therapy, maybe the therapist may misdiagnose silence with something that has been marked throughout our years in the system. And understanding that our silence in this space here, I want to talk about that. understanding what your silence is and not correcting it. So you can get in, you can really, really understand your voice today. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what traditional therapy. Now, I'm not saying I continue with your therapy, continue with your therapist, but I want you to look at what this looks like. Our traditional therapy will look like what inquiry. Well, therapy should always be inquiry, but speaking up is always good. Expressing the ways that you feel safe. Maybe my voice. What does that look like? But a lot of times, we don't really understand what our voice looks like because our voice doesn't have universal privilege. Let me say that. As women of color, our voices may not have the universal privilege. What does that mean, Cheryl? Because women of color, our voices have to be, now I can say, well, we have to calculate it some kind of way. We have to code shift like we talked about before. But I want you to know that we can interrupt this. No, we don't have to be a victim. We don't have to do anything. But the system rewards us for being compliant. But I want you to know that your purpose is on the other side of finding your voice. It's on the other side of understanding who you are. It's on the understanding that sometimes we live in a hypervigilance type of way. But understanding, have you used your silence for protection? Have you used your silence to avoid? People learn things to protect themselves. We learn things to protect themselves. Now, let me say this. A lot of things that I'm talking about, yes, it does apply to all humans. But specifically, I believe I'm called to our brown and Black women, women of color that learn to protect themselves from the system. They were punished for even telling the truth. They were punished for speaking up, and they paid a heavy price for it. Our ancestors paid a heavy price for it. Look at Oprah Winfrey. I always go back to her because she spoke up about what things look like. She was now saying, you know what? She was fired. Go look it up. She was fired, not once, but a couple of times. That's how they didn't even believe in her dream. That's why I always give this Black girl a talk show. They didn't even believe in her. That's why she had so much of equity in the show because they didn't believe that it would work. This Black fat woman, what is she gonna do? Nobody's gonna see her. But this is what you actually need. I think we actually need. I think we need. I understand we need assertive skills. I understand. I understand that in therapy sometimes we role play and things of that nature. I got that. But I want you to know how you set up the environment of your voice. And I want you to look at how many times you may have been mislabeled as aggressive. You may have been mislabeled or misunderstood as an introvert. And understanding who you are. See, people are their best selves when they feel safe. Let me say that again. People are their best selves when they feel safe. And when you think about when you don't feel safe, ladies, think about what happens when you don't feel safe, when you don't feel as though you don't have safety. Safety. Safety is a space where you could just be like, I can do this, I can move with this. When you feel misunderstood, that you're navigating a system, you feel judged, people don't understand your voice, maybe not even understand your language. See, you are designed in a different type of way. And you're navigating these waters that may not have been made up for you. So I'm looking in
I
a
don't
space that
know.
you are understanding who you are, understanding what it looks like for you to be. Understanding how you can be in a space and you don't have to shrink. Understanding that when you tell your story, maybe if an Afro-Latina woman walks into the office and she sits quiet and folds her hand and she show her shoulders are tight. And before she's even speaking, someone says to her that, oh, you're quiet. But you got to look at yourself and see who I am in those spaces. Who am I? I don't have to be the loudest in the room, but I can be also myself in the room. And this is the space where I want you to talk about today. That I know that at times you're careful. I know that at times you're calculating. I know at times you read the room faster than anybody else, right? Where am I going to sit? If I sit here, what do I have to do? How do I have to look? Okay, let me find my people. We do this all the time because we want to feel safe. And we've been in survival mode. So if you are understanding this resonates with you, let me know. Because this is an opportunity for us to understand that you no longer have to speak from a space of, am I going to be misunderstood? And I want you to begin to see and understand that your voice has confidence. That your voice can begin to say, I am enough. I am enough. I want you to say that right now. My voice has power. And this is where you could go practically moving into it right now. So this is what I want to give you. I want you to be aware of your power. This is why I created this name of the Speak Your Power Now. I want you to understand this little girl on this cover felt like she had no power. And you need to determine that silent wisdom in you and turn that fear that you may have had. And I want you to no longer feel like you have to shrink. Shrinking into silence. Maybe it's driven by fear of being mislabeled, mishandled. And today I want you to give you some, I want to give you something. I want you to write this down right where you are. You ready for it? Ladies, say I'm ready in the chat. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to see that you are ready. Let me see that you are ready for it, ladies. Let me see that you are ready. I'm ready. Okay, Charlotte said absolutely. All right, come on now. I'm ready. Charlotte said I'm ready. Lachelle says I'm ready. Ning says I'm ready. Darnetta says I'm ready. Pearl says I'm ready. Sophia says I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. Since you all are ready, let me tell you what you're going to reclaim today. The power of your choice. See, I have choice. See, a lot of times we don't think we have choices. You have a choice. You have a choice to now say who I am. Because now, after you begin to look at that and choose you for once, instead of you choosing someone else's comfortability, I want to teach you how to anchor your identity. Identify yourself as a woman that has the courage, the confidence, the power. I choose. Choose clarity. You don't have to choose that you say that you're aggressive. I'm choosing, I'm assertive, and I speak with clarity. My voice doesn't have an attitude. I'm very direct. I don't have rude. I'm not rude that I don't want to do that. I have boundaries. My silence is you're discerning in this moment. You're not disrespectful. You're taking a moment to pause before you speak. Identifying some of the shameful things the internalized stereotypes that we've been told, that we have an attitude, we're aggressive, we're rude, we're disrespectful. But the only way that you're going to hold power and hold on to your power is that you learn how to navigate your power of choice. So today I want you to own your own narrative. Today I want you to understand that the survival voice that you had, moving into your power voice, it's not what you say or what you didn't say. That's what it is. That's survival voice. It's what you said or what you didn't say. See, the power voice is what I desire to say and what I said or what I'm saying. Rewiring your beliefs about how the survival looks about your voice. And you got to connect that, understanding that the power of choice, like everyone in this room made a decision of understanding. You create the environment. You hold the decision of making your own power, your voice, your tone, you understanding what strategies I'm going to use today. Most brown and black women are taught to behave. Well, I'm going to teach you how to analyze your voice power. And today is your choice. Power is impersonal. It's your position that you're going to take. I will call it positional. It's not personal, it's positional. Understanding that the room gives you the leverage. When you walk into the room, see, I had choice today. I had choice whether I'm gonna show up today for you. Oh, no, I'm traveling, so I can't do it. No, I'm gonna jump on. Oh no, I can't do it because my mom just is not feeling well. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it because da 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 da. Choices. So next time you feel like you have locked jaw, tight jaw, stiff shoulders, shallow breathing, tightness of the chest, your eyes are going down, take a deep breath. Inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, and exhale on 6. 2, 6. And then you're giving a signal to your nervous system to say, I'm safe here right now. My physical presence is okay. I'm creating safety in my own body, so I may speak my power now. All right. I hope this was great for you. Any questions or comments or anything coaching, like I always give this last couple of minutes here for this. Anybody want to thank you so much. I see some beautiful faces here. Was this good or great? If you have any questions or comments, this is your time to open up your mic.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see your face.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Oh, no,
Likewise. I also like to think when you're silent, you lose the lack of audacity
Mm.
because there are such mediocre people, but they have the audacity to get away with things that definitely doesn't actually fit their actual capability. But you have the capability, but you've been so taught to be silent that I'm not allowed to do that. They would never let me do that. So that's what I took from today.
So when you talk about the audacity for them to do that, let me just say something. They were taught, whoever that person that has the audacity to do that, they were taught that, you know what, I'm going to have my voice in the matter. So whether you think that you're mediocre, they don't think they're mediocre. See, this is what I want to teach you, to have the audacity to say, I'm going to speak my power. See, that person right there doesn't believe they're mediocre at all. At
Exactly.
all.
Exactly.
Yes, Robin. They know already. They're saying, listen, I was taught to speak my mind. I was taught how to be in a room. And the thing is with you, you think it's audacity, but it's their confidence.
hmm Dr. Cheryl, I'd like to chime in.
Yes,
Um,
Robin, good to see you. You made it to the call.
yes, I did. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely.
But when you walk in the room, understand you control the room. You control the room. Okay. my mother gave me a lesson that from a little girl. I was the only child, and one of the things she said, go over and say hi. My my name is Robin. Would you like to play with me? Because there were some kids there. So I've taken that as my voice. When I walk in the room, I am the first person to introduce myself. I sit in the front. Okay. I'm big and I'm beautiful and I'm black and you're going to see me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's exactly. Okay. Yes, you are going to see me, which is why in having your voice, I want to encourage that you also get your color. Okay, because we've been taught to wear dark colors and sink towards the wall. Wear that orange, wear that red, wear that yellow, and have your voice. Be that outstanding person. So thank you, Dr. Cheryl, for bringing that out today, because I did learn that lesson, and it's a lot of power in it. And you'd be surprised how many people want to hear your voice. So thank you very much. That's what I've taken
Very
from it.
well said. Very well said, Robin. We got to take that little point. Very well said. Absolutely. There's so many people who want to hear our voice, but we don't think that we should have the audacity to talk. So I'm going to be quiet. Like Robin said, I'm going to blend into the crowd. Maybe they won't see me today.
Dr. Cheryl.
Yes, Lady B.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad I was able to make it on. And Robin, I'm so glad I put my gold on today, my bright yellow sweater.
Yes, ma'am. Loving it.
As you were talking, I was thinking about one of the leadership roles that I had previously. And I had 182 FTEs under me. And many of these women and men, but mostly women, because it was medical billing and all of that. They were women of color. And a large part of my role as a director did encompass some, HR type responsibilities. And there were times that I had to bring about correction. And I can remember bringing women of color into my office, and their whole posture was that of defense.
Mm-hmm.
What you are describing, they didn't know how to own their voice in a powerful way that didn't mean that they were code switching, but they were confident in who they were. And I can remember starting the conversation that I am not here to bring about any condemnation to you. And at the same time, there's a level of correction that I have to bring to this situation. I want you to know this is a safe place, but at this time, we need to have a conversation. And I could see their shoulders even just sort of relax a little bit because they didn't know what to expect. And I think that what you're doing is so powerful because we do have to know how to own our voice. And at the same time, we have to understand that we don't always have to enter spaces um, ready for war. Like, what is it about our soul that has made us like ready for war instead of just showing up? I hope I'm making sense. Like,
You're making a lot of
You are.
sense. Keep going.
You are.
no, I think that really was just my question is like, even in this teaching that you're doing, we have to be able to show up without being so aggressive, but just being confident and ready to engage, but not just ready for war. And
Yes.
I saw that as a leader, and I knew that certain women were they were their own barrier in areas of life, not just in corporate. But I think that the way they showed up in my office, they showed up in their marriage, they showed up in their relationships, they showed up that way because they didn't have spaces like this. So I thank you for this. That's really what I want to say.
Yeah, you said a point here, a couple of points that thank you so much for that, Lachelle. Um, what I wanted to say, there's a couple of things. She said so many great points, but we are taught how to be. We are taught how to be. And being in a space of understanding, what does this look like when I'm in a room and I need to get my point across and I feel like they are not going to hear me. I don't feel emotionally safe. I don't feel powerful at all. And the only way that I've seen my parents or anybody else do it to get power is start screaming and yelling. That was me too. So the only way that I could do it is that I'm going to raise my voice and I'm going to start screaming and yelling, and that's the only way you're going to hear me. I'll never forget. I was watching even on TikTok, and I was watching these things, and I was watching. It reminded me of my own home. They had this thing now of a gentle parenting, right? They said, "Oh, well, come over here, sweetheart. Come over here." They would say, "Come over here, sit down." So that's the only way you're gonna hear me is start screaming and yelling. And I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, wow, it's true. It's like at times, do we train a child to hear only yelling? Do we only put the fear of God in them because now that's the only way that they can hear us is that we start screaming and yelling at them? So I had to learn how to show up in a way that wasn't that didn't have an armor on as soon as I came in the room. I'm going to put the whole armor of God. I'm going to put the whole armor on when I come into the room. How about you get control over your nervous system because that's all you're doing. Your body is reactivated to your boss wants to see you in the office. Your body is reactivated to someone told that gave me a 2 on my evaluation. So what do you do about it? Are you an inquiry? What am I going to do? How am I going to stay in a space where I may not understand something? See, when you are understanding your story, and when you understand that we come from a lineage, our lineage is all about how our parents have struggled. I know mine was. My mother was in a very abusive relationship with my biological father. I never met him. And she, you know what? I have to commend my mother. She left. She left. And I was upset with my mother for many years. I'm like, Mom, actually, she said, I was not, excuse my, but she said, I was not going to have nobody beat my ass. She left 7 months pregnant with me. And my father came to show up to come see me when I was born. And my grandfather says, do not come back here ever again. And I could understand the protection. And I could understand her strength now. Because so many women stay in a relationship that get beat every day. Every day. And I honor her. I honor her life because I don't believe I would have been the woman that I was today. This book and these things that I talk about in here is my life. But it also gives us tools so we can now help our community. Anybody else? Thank you, Lachelle, for that, putting that in the space. That was beautiful. Anyone else I would like to share or add something? These calls are getting bigger and bigger. I'm always honored to have my professor here, Professor Pearl. Thank you. Anyone else? Well, all right. I hope you are powered up today, ladies. I hope you are. This is a time for us to begin to move in our power. Use your voice. If you feel something rising up inside of you, pause in a moment. Take a deep breath. Get that nervous system under control before you speak. And then you say, in the moment, if there's something you have to confront. And let me say this, don't run away from things that you have to confront. If you're that runner, you're that track star, no, be in the space of understanding that the more you avoid and push under the rug, the more you will not be happy with the results because somebody else is going to take that power and use it. And you're not going to speak your power in this space. So continue to speak your power now. Thank you so much. I don't want to start calling in because everybody's here. Thank you. Ming, you made it. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, Dr. Cheryl Clarke, be with me. Go get the book. If you haven't, go get the book and be in the space of understanding what this looks like for you. Love and blessings to you all. Have a great one.
You are enough. Your voice is divine. fine. Now speak.